Hello, YouTube. If you don't know me, my name's Garrett or Cow Wizard. But just a full disclaimer, I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm not trying to launch a career here. I make videos whenever I look up information on how to do a task in RuneScape efficiently, can't find it, and then figure it out myself, just to share with the community. So this one's going to be about Corp. On the main game, I have let's see. Cal Wizard is my name. 3,753 Corp KC, all solo. Just hunting the pet. It's been a while since I've done that, but used to be my favorite activity in game. I know quite a lot about Corp, especially solo, and I've kind of applied what I know and have also learned new things about how we can apply that to leagues. So I wanted to just make this video to kind of go over things that I've learned, just
Square.
interesting stuff, and kind of the meta for AFK and Corp with, Water Thorns build. Hopefully we're all Water Thorns by now. It is, if you're going to do something AFK in leagues, it needs to be Water Thorns. I'm sorry, crossbow guys, it's just not it. So that being said, let me tell you kind of what I figured out. First things first, private instance bad. Okay. If you do this in an instance, it took me an entire day to realize this. I think actually Wild Mudkip pointed this out to me in his video that he released today. That when you're in a private instance, Corp respawns much slower than he does in in the uninstanced version. So tip number one, if you're going to AFK here, if you take anything away from this video, private instance is doo-doo. Do it in the main world, hop until you find something. That's it, Like, I mean, the amount of time saved, I think it takes like 30 seconds in here, whereas you just saw maybe, I don't know, 10, 6 seconds, something like that. It's very fast. And this is also a very low pop world. I don't know if that affects monster spawns. I think it's just ground items, but yeah, that's it. Do it in the open world. That's why it's hard to find a world, because he respawns much faster. Second tip. Okay, leagues is complicated. Everyone's build is different, unless you copied somebody, but even they may not know the meta or have explained what the meta is for a specific boss you're trying to kill. Let me teach you how to fish, okay? So, first of all, what is it? Combat Logger. This is on the plugin hub. This is the little plugin you see right here, okay? It's kind of like a DPS chart. If you've ever played World of Warcraft, it's this, okay? So the important information happening here is, first of all, 1 minute 34 seconds. This is the amount of time I've been killing Corp in this kill, okay? This is the total damage done. And then this 13, 12, 13 number right here is my current DPS, okay? DPS is the important metric here, right? There's lots of questions like, okay, do I wear mage gear so that I am more accurate and hit harder? Like, I also have an arcane. What should I wear that? It does plus 3% mage damage. But then again, I have tank armor, and that increases my reflect chance. And is reflect going to do more DPS? Those DPS calculators online cannot tell you this. I'm sorry, they cannot. It's a temporary game mode, guys. Like, there's going to be bugs even. It's very wishful thinking to think you're just going to plug everything in. It's better off to just do it heuristically. Look at the number. What's doing more DPS? Let me put on my mage gear. Oh, I'm doing less. Okay, well, you can answer it simply for yourself, right? Definitively as well. So I wanted to harp on that a bit. You should definitely use your DPS calculation to figure out what's best. Now I want to talk about positioning and my corp strategy here. So you see I've marked the tiles that corp spawns on. He's going to hit me. I'm going to auto retaliate. I have my minion over there doing damage to him. His southwest tile spawns right here. Okay. You'll notice my cannon is not hitting corp right now. This is very intentional. You may set up your cannon and think like extra DPS, right? Uh, yes, but no. Like it's going to be very minimal DPS, right? It's rarely going to hit on corp. When it does, it may be even half damage. I'm not sure. Corp has a mechanic that allows him to take half damage unless it's like magic or a spear. I'm not really sure if the cannon ignores that or not. The point is the cannon is only here to kill the dark core, right? So corp spawns the dark core. He leaps to the tile that you're on, and while he's standing on the tile that you're on, he'll constantly hit you. If you have less survivability than I do, I currently have 38 pack points on foes, kind of water thorns build. You should reference that video if you want to see what I'm doing. If you do have Mika RS, actually told his followers to spec into this one. I think that's a bad decision. This is you have 5% chance per attack in any style to roll max accuracy, whatever that means, max accuracy. Anyway, this is increased by 5% for each tile distance between you and your target. So that one would mean that the further away you are, the more accurate you are, which sounds great, but since we're a Thorns build, you're probably going to want to take advantage of Echo Boots. You saw the core just hopped onto me. I want to take advantage of talking about this. Oh, sorry, dead. The cannon double hits here. We'll get into that. Echo Boots only work in melee range. Here comes another core. The cannon double hits, right? That is the meat of this. I will finish my statement now. Echo Boots, you probably, for the most part, want to be in melee range of most things, which means that you probably don't want to take that pact. With Corp, you can try doing melee range. The thing is that Corp has a wonder mechanic, right? He's one of the only NPCs, probably the only NPC in the game that I know of that has this. Basically, there is a 10 out of 1,000 for, I guess, 1 out of 100. That's how it's stated in the wiki. But 10 out of 1,000 per game tick chance of his southwest tile, his brain here, this tile, moving to an adjacent tile, one of the ones around him. So you'll notice as you're fighting Corp, he'll just move around the room. Sometimes he doesn't at all. Sometimes he does it constantly, right? It's just all RNG. So if he doesn't move, which there's a good chance that he doesn't, I'd say like maybe 60-70% of kills he doesn't even move on me. And then other kills he'll get up right on me, right? He may even start meleeing me at some point. But just know he can move, right? And there's nothing you can do about it. Yep, there it went. So it just picked this tile. It seems to like to move diagonally as well. Nothing much we can do about that. And you'll see the cannon is now hitting him. Well, I thought it did. He's moved again. And the cannon's not hitting it. This is something important I want to talk about. You'll see core dies immediately. That's the main thing, is I'm standing far from Corp in a double hit tile where the cannon does not hit Corp. And let me explain why that is. Okay. So, B5. Small YouTuber. I watched this video. It's fantastic. The cannon is weirder than you think. In-depth mechanics. And this is essentially a graphic that Mod Kieran posted about how the cannon works. Right, so most Slayers are going to be familiar with these dark orange tiles. These are your double hit tiles. And you'll see I'm actually standing on top of one right now. This is a double hit tile, and that's why it double hits the core and it dies faster, right? The core, if you don't know, when it lands on you, it deals constant damage to you and it heals Corp. So it slows your kills down. A lot of the times, like, I'll do like, 2,100 damage or 2,200 damage. If you don't have the cannon here, I'll be doing something like 3,000 damage, right? Because the core has healed Corp up so much that, and nothing's killing it. So the important thing to know is I'm standing in a double hit tile. So whenever the dark core lands on me, the cannon hits twice. It usually kills it in one rotation, if not two. These are blind spot tiles. I have those marked as well on my client here. These are just, while I was figuring this out, I wanted to know, where the blind spots were. I found it helpful because if I'm not standing here for some reason, like, I'm, whatever, I want to know that, like, I'm not standing on one of the tiles that will really screw me over, and not kill the dark core. So I've marked those out. But the important bit here, little known, besides these blind spot tiles surrounding the double hit zone, there are more blind spots way further back. And what I've done with this setup is I've actually aligned that blind spot. All these gray tiles are aligned with Corp's brain right here. So if Corp decides to go north this direction, he'll still be in the blind spot. He can only go one tile east because that is, there's a wall right there. So if he does that, he's also covered, but it just gives more coverage. Now, I will also say, so he's just moved one tile diagonal. Let's check on that. And the cannon is hitting him now. So one tile diagonal from that, that's a hit square. He's being hit. One thing I will say is that this graphic either isn't accurate, there's more going on with Corp or large monsters or something, because if he goes diagonal backwards, that's also not a hit. I've seen it before. There's many cases where Corp is over here or something, the cannon does not hit Corp. The reason we're not hitting Corp is this is not for extra DPS. The cannon is here to help you AFK. It's here to kill the core so that you can get kills faster, so that you don't die. Of course, you can put the cannon close to Corp, but that's up to you. You're gonna run out of cannon, but you're not really AFK at that point. This usually can last a quite a long time. Oftentimes, Corp does not move during an entire kill. So he's getting hit right now. Most kills, he's never going to get hit because he never moved, or if he did, he moved backwards, and the cannon still doesn't hit for some reason. So yeah, that's basically the gist. Just to recap, do not use a private instance if you're going to farm the Corporeal Beast. Slower respawns. If you are weaker or are at your computer where you can reload your cannon, in this video, this isn't really a great example. Most of the time, the cannon lasts 10 minutes, 20 minutes, who knows, it really just depends, but it's very, very chill to just reload the cannon. It's within one tile, like you don't have to move your character or anything, you literally just click the cannon, so you don't have to move or anything. It's one screen click. Just so you know, you can't 6-hour overnight kill Corp. That's not how the game works, right? If you don't know, auto retaliate will stop working after either 20 or 30 minutes. I think it's 20. After 20 minutes. So you're going to need to click every 20 minutes anyway. So my logic there is bring your cannon and just click on the cannon, right? It's usually somewhere around like 20 minutes or something. It seems like I'm having some bad luck now where it's firing at Corp, but it's hyper AFK. It speeds up your kills quite a lot. I highly recommend it. And yeah, just check it out. And just so you guys can see where the spot is. I can try to export these tiles if you want. I think it'd be messy, to be honest. It's honestly simpler if I just show you. There is one piece of debris closest to the door. Okay? You're going to go southeast of that diagonally. That's where you stand. and then go north 2 tiles, and then east 1 tile, and that's where you place your cannon. You can look at this image and figure this out. It's not hard. You can stand at this door and mark these tiles. So really simple. This is a double hit spot, kills the core fast, usually doesn't shoot corp. And I've tried a lot of configurations for this, as you can see, and this has been the best. So I plan on staying here until I get pet. I'm hunting the Ellie still right now. We're at, let's see, 681 KC. But as you can see, sustain is great, even better with the cannon. If you really want to AFK, you don't want to worry about losing your cannon. I mean, you can go get it for free again if you want, but if you're planning on going to sleep or something, maybe don't even bring the cannon. Maybe just run in here and, click on corp and, just deal with the longer kills. That way you don't have to reclaim your cannon, but that's only if you have enough sustain. If you have like 38 pack points and like my gear, to really even do that. A lot of people might not. Like I wasn't able to do that previously, so just keep that in mind, and best of luck to everybody. Hope everybody gets their Ellie, their corp pet. I'm pretty sure Ellie's going to be atrocious for the Thorns build, especially since you're, trying not to think, just tank everything, right? So, yeah, best of luck, guys. And let me know if this helped. This is a ramble video. I hope I got the important parts out at the beginning. I think that most RuneScapers probably don't mind ramble videos. You're playing a game on the side anyway, hopefully. So, good luck, guys. Bye-bye.